Hi Capricorn, this is your October 2025 relationship reading. I'm Mystic of Venice and welcome back to my channel. I want to start by clearing the energies. All right, well, let's get into it. I've been meditating over your energy for the month and let's see here. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, Aphrodite, Venus, Ishtar, Isis, Astarte, Fortuna, Freya, Persephone, Mother Gaia, and Mother Ocean. Please be here now to give Capricorn their divine messages for in relationships for this month, October 2025. All right, awesome. Let's see here. I hope you had a good September and that you're not working too hard. And that the energies from the eclipse have been transformative for you. So let's see exactly what's going on, because this could have affected your relationships in some way, with so many changing, variables in everybody's life right now. Okay, let's see here. How are you showing up? Which card most represents Capricorn this month, October 2025? Which card most represents Capricorn? Oh, you're showing up as having a lot of choices, and not knowing which choice to make. So it's confusing, and it almost gives you anxiety because you're not sure which direction to take, which one's going to be right or correct. And here they're depicted like as in a dream, so it's like, some look like amazing, other look like nightmares. So you have to be careful of like overthinking at this time. Um, and try and listen to your heart and not, get overly into the logistics of it, because you can make problems where there aren't problems. A necessary amount of worry is good. Just make sure you're not overdoing it. You know what I mean? And then let's see, what about your partner? What's Capricorn's partner looking like? What card most represents Capricorn's partner this month? Oh, so they have some anxieties and like some depression. Um, and it's coming towards the end of a cycle for this, being that it's a 9, but it's really, coming to a crescendo as well. Let's see. So it seems like you guys are both going through a lot right now. Um, hmm. How how does your partner see you, Capricorn? How does your partner see you? Oh, too many. Oh wait, that's okay. So you got the Page of Cups. They see you as offering love, being sweet. Um, the Page of Cups is younger, so it's like this could be like a new love, or just like a kind, a sweet soul type of thing. They see you as successful and riding those highs, working hard to get where you are. And you got the Page of Wands upside down, so um, they see you as being like not super passionate about them, maybe, or there's a lacking of fire in the relationship, or it's not developing as maybe quickly as they had imagined, because this is how they see you. And then let's see, how do you see them? How does Capricorn see their partner? How does Capricorn see their partner right now? I mean, how does Capricorn's partner view? No, how does Capricorn see the partner? The world. You got the world. They got the. You see them as starting a new chapter, but also having like had a lot of successes in various stages of their life, like overcoming, triumphing many levels in their life. You know, you see them like as somebody who's been a fighter and won. How else does Capricorn see their partner? Yeah, you see them as your happiness. You see that this could be like, you know, this could be the ultimate like happiness. That's wonderful. Working together, working together to plan. Like these people are planning, you know, I believe they're building this church, but they're like planning together, working on something to build like a stronger foundation. You know, it's like a successful partnership pairing. And then let's see. How do you feel about this relationship in the past, Capricorn? How do you feel about this relationship in the past? You know, you were having some tough times in the past. Um, Particularly like with challenging mindsets. Perhaps this has to do with like these stages that your person has been overcoming these challenges. Um, but yeah, like you saw this in the past, you saw this relationship as a lot of, obviously like a lot of work, it wasn't feeling good in the past. And there was a stuck energy. How do they see it in the past? Ooh, that's too many burdensome. Why did this change? Oh, that's too many. Why did they see? How did they see this in the past? How did Capricorn's partner see this relationship in the past? Okay, so they say it was a lot of work, this relationship. There was a lot of burdens to carry, a lot of, enduring and perseverance that happened in the past in this relationship. And it took like reviewing the work to seeing like, is it still worth it? And they decided yes, like this is like ultimately where I can find my happiness and my stability. Like this is where, you know, I'm a I'm in an alliance with my partner, and like this is, I believe in this. With the King of Pentacles there, see how this comes out. All right, and so then how do you see the relationship now? How do you see the relationship now, Capricorn? That it's growing strong. You've had to have a lot of patience, but ultimately you've learned so much about each other, and like how to find the balance between strength and patience and give and take there, the courage to really show up. And how does your partner feel about this relationship? No, so many. It's kind of a lot here. And they're making plans. I think this talks about you guys making plans. So, like, they see this, like, yeah, you know, they may be waiting for some sort of commitment because it's like waiting for the ships to come in. Knight of Cups. Waiting for the Prince Charming. But they're worried. That's what their fear is, that you might walk away, and then they'll like have done all of this work for nothing or something like that. It's kind of a weird motivation. But it seems to me they just have gone through a lot, and they're just like, have these apprehensions from like previous relationships that they're just worried it might happen again. So they're like a little bit gun shy in this relationship, but ultimately they see you like as the one, with the King of Pentacles here. It's a lot of, the problem is when you let your anxieties get the best of you, and these things can actually work their way into relationships in other ways. It shows up in other ways, these anxieties it affects. Like the mood, the vibes, right? So hopefully your person can get out of this. You see this as a strong relationship. Maybe, if you feel really strongly about this partner, like it's a good time to be like the Leo, and like, be the kind-hearted one and show them how much they mean to you, or tell them how much they mean to you. And then what about the future? Oh, that came out too early. What about the future? Capricorn, how do you see the future of this relationship? How does Capricorn see the future? Okay, so you see that the passion is growing. Like this has the ability to be something great, like the beginning of something great. The wands represents fire, which is like passion. So this is like a new passionate chapter. It talks about putting in the work. You have to put in the work. And watch how you say things. Like work on your communication. Think before you speak. You're coming in hot, and the knight is somebody who is intelligent and strong, has a way with words. They have wit, but they also can like not realize when they say something, and it can make another person feel really sensitive. And then you've got this balance card, so like finding ways to keep like equality in the relationship, or that seems like something you're thinking about for the future. Keeping the scales balanced. And then how do they see this relationship in the future? How does Capricorn's partner view this relationship? See, it's like this is the Make-A-Wish. This is somebody that has their emotions all in order. They've like really worked on themselves. It's taken a long time to get to where they are, and so they really like are proud of this accomplishment. The way that they keep it so nice, they're all shiny and like evenly spaced there on the shelf above them. But they also call this a Make-A-Wish card. So I would say that they are very happy to be here. So it seems like, yeah, that this is really strong going forward. What are the challenges in this relationship? What are the challenges? Healing. Healing is the challenge. Those anxieties, like I said, could keep popping up with this person in other ways if the healing doesn't happen. Hermit. In this case, I see that as you, Capricorn, because you like to, you like to get introspective and go within to like ponder the mysteries of life. But this also is like part of healing. Like you can heal here, and then saying this is the challenge. So like healing together, and then the Seven of Swords. So So the Seven of Swords, if you look really closely, this guy, he is like stealing these swords away from, the army as they sleep so that they can't use them against him. And so what's telling me the challenge is that your person does have this past baggage where they are still like really defensive for some reason. And so that's part of the challenge. What are the rewards? Let's find out what the rewards are. Is this relationship worth continuing? Like, are the rewards great enough? There's a lot of work here, and it seems like you guys are really, wanting to make this work. What are the rewards? Page of Pentacles. This is the beginning of a road to stability, like the beginning of a practical. This is beginning to be a practical relationship. So if you guys are really in love, it's like, there's just a long road ahead is what it's saying. There's going to be some ups and downs. Work on that healing. What else are there? What other rewards? It's the good stuff. King of Wands and Justice. So the Justice, it speaks of balance and like rewards and karma. Like, this person has gone through a lot, and for those karmic rewards to like come back and like balance out for this person. And the King of Wands is like, this is like a jovial, loyal character everybody likes to be around. It's very passionate. So it like feels like the rewards would be obviously this warm, loving relationship, equal balance in a relationship in the beginning of economic stability. What are these? So in the beginning, you had all these choices. What were these choices that Capricorn had? The Chariot. So like you could go, and this doesn't necessarily mean like, leave someplace, but it's like you could have a different journey, whether it be like work with you, most likely is. Yeah, this is somebody who's like determined to do something. So you like have other options, and maybe that's, like you have a more diverse, you have more to your life than just your love life, right? Where this person might be like thinking about this relationship a lot more. Yeah, and then you have this, it's like, taking off the old blindfolds for this new perspective. That's also an option for you at this time with this person. Happiness. It's another cup. Joy, happiness. Right? So these are like, now that you got the, the hopes and the fears in here. Yeah. I would say that if you're unsure, to take time, like the Hermit, to try and figure out what it is that you want out of this relationship, and make sure that you both want the same things out of this relationship. Because then, if you do, then I feel like this could go a really long way. Find out what this imbalance is, like what needs to come to balance in this relationship. I don't have all the answers here today because this is a big collective and only you will know what this means. So yeah, let's pull a healing card. What advice do you have for Capricorn for October 2025? What advice do you have for Capricorn relationships, October 2025? What advice do you have for Capricorn? No, not too many. Okay. Yeah. You know, home is inside your heart, and you need to, like, you know, find out what it is that your home looks like, with this person, what you want it to look like in the future, how you want your home to feel when you're there. And let's see. I'm gonna do, this is a pretty wild water oracle. Okay. Capricorn, relationships, 2025. What advice do you have for Capricorn and relationships? That's too many, but you know what? I think I'm going to take that one. Fluids. So this woman is pouring sacred water back into the water that is an embryo. There's a pomegranates all over for, like, deep knowledge. It's on the tree of life. So this is like sacred knowledge of life and feeding the waters back into life. There's also the fish sign, like a yin yang. Let me just take a quick peek. I don't usually use the books, so let me see here. But this one's a little newer, so let's take a little look see. Where is it? I know it's a skinny book. Oh, here we go. Okay, fluids. The Holy Grail. As I mentioned in the introduction, our bodies are made up of a large percentage of water, and much of that water is contained in our body fluids. These fluids hydrate the tissues, muscles, organs, and skin. There are at least 26 main... Message. As a result of your spiritual evolution, you may be experiencing unusual physical changes, such as increased sensitivity as your body begins to hold more light. You may wish to alter your diet or take up different form of exercise to honor these changes. Yeah, it talks about, like, reintegrating spirit with the divine through, like, as above so below. And so I still feel like this has to do with this Hermit and the Star card. They have the Star and you have the Hermit, but they're both, like, a form of healing and going to, like, seek solitude to, like, refill the cup. Like, she's actually doing the same thing in this card. She's, like, giving back the healing waters, like generating a flow from the healing to reinvigorate the flow of their energy. This was really good. This was really good, Capricorn. I'm excited for you. I'm curious to see how it goes. So we'll see you back here next month. And this week I'm doing October life readings, like whole life reading, and that will be this week. So go ahead and drop a like if you made it this far, and a follow, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.